All right, so today we're going to be solving for the surface area of a prism's net. Okay, so we're going to look at rectangular prisms, triangular prisms. A cube is also a prism. So surface area. So what is surface area? Surface area is the total covering, right? Area covers, right? So it's the total covering on the faces of a three-dimensional object. So if you're going to a birthday party with wrapping paper, that wrapping paper covers the surface of your box, right? That's surface area. Are we going to have enough wrapping paper to cover our box? Okay? So here is a rectangular prism here. Okay, it says to copy the dimensions of the rectangular prism to the net below. It does say shade in the base of the figure and net. For a rectangular prism, I know y'all don't have that, right? Yeah. Since we're finding total surface area of a rectangular prism, it really doesn't matter which side is your base. Where it does matter is when it's lateral. Okay? So if this is our base, the opposite side is also the base. Okay? So you can see they just separated. So this is the net of the rectangular folded out, right? So now it's a 2D figure, right? And this is our base, and that is our base. That's all. And we're going to see on another page what connects your two bases is 11 centimeters. That represents the height of your solid. Okay? That's the height of your prism. Okay? All right, so they want us to transfer the dimensions to our net. So if this is base to base, what is that dimension right there? I can label it. What connects our bases? The height. And so what's that measurement? Good, you got it. This is 11 centimeters. All right, if this is 11 centimeters, what is this? What is this? What is this? And this is also 11 centimeters. So we're good? All right. And then on each side of our base are dimensions there, which is why I kind of like labeling it here. Okay? And so what is this dimension? 4 centimeters. Sure. Oh. So if that is 4 centimeters, what is this? 3 centimeters. 4. That's 4. What is this? 4. What is this? 4. You got it. Are we good so far? All right. And so this dimension is going to be what? 3 centimeters. What is this over here? 3 centimeters. Good. If this is 3 centimeters, what is this? 3 centimeters. Okay, now when I fold it, see this corner right here? They fold and they meet up. So this is also 3 centimeters. Are we good? Okay, so when I fold it, okay, and that meets up, this is going to go where? Here. You see how it's different? Yeah. So what is this? That's also going to be 4 centimeters. Are we good? Okay, so we're kind of folding it and it's wrapping around. So this is going to be 3 centimeters. You got it, because it's kind of here and here is 3 centimeters. Try to color code so we can see. All right. So for a prism, the sides, the faces opposite from each other are always going to be congruent. Okay, their bases are opposite from each other, so they're congruent. The front face and the back face are congruent, and then the side faces are also what? Congruent. You got it. All right. So we are going to use the information to determine the area of each rectangle, and then we're going to find the sum. So that means we're going to add all 6 faces together. So let's start with A. So we have 11 times what? 3. Which is 33. So if this is 33, centimeters squared. What is C?
33.
Good, 33. Remember they're opposite? All right. And if this is 4 centimeters times 11 centimeters, what is that? Good. The area is 44 centimeters squared. And then shape D is also 44 centimeters squared. Good. And then we need to find the area of our base, which is what? 12 centimeters squared, or both. Now we need to find the sum. So with your calculator, you're going to put in 33 plus 33 plus 44 plus 44 plus 12 plus 12. And the total surface area of our prism is 178 centimeters squared. Are we good? All right. All right, so let's look at this one. So total surface area is the total of all 6 bases, okay? So your option here, they have you separated into 3 different shapes, right? Because the base would be considered one shape, right? And then the congruent bases is the second shape, and then this is the third shape. If you like that, you can use that. I like writing the area inside each base on the net, because then I know what the area is and I can see that I found the area for all 6 bases. Okay, that's what I prefer. Okay, if you like this way, that's fine. Okay, so we have our bases here. What is the area of our base?
48.
Good. 48. And then so if this base is 48, the other base is also
48.
good. 48 meters squared. Okay. And then we have this is 8 times 15, which gives us, did you get 120? Okay, and which one is opposite and congruent? This one, right? Okay. Here. Again, this is 15 times what? What is this right here? 6. Good, because it folds right there. So 15 times 6 is good. How do we find total surface area? Add them all together. So 120 plus 90 plus 120 plus 90 plus 48 plus 48. Our total surface area is 516 meters squared. Please include units. Questions? All right. So not only do we have total surface area, but we have lateral surface area. When we're talking about lateral surface area, it's very important you identify the base, okay? Lateral surface area is the covering of the surface of a solid except the bases. Lateral does not include the base. And see why it's important? We need to identify the base of our prisms, okay? And I did talk about this, you may want to write this, that the height connects your bases. Okay, so let's fill that in. The height connects your bases. And so for this example right here, we are going to determine this lateral surface area. All right. So remember we talked about rectangular prisms, triangular prisms. The first name of the prism tells you the shape of your base. So if it's a rectangular prism, what shape is my base? A rectangle. Okay. And then for rectangular prisms, they're actually all rectangles. Okay. So in that case, if you notice this one right here, we went ahead and labeled which ones your bases were. Okay. All right. If it's a triangular prism, which shape is your base? The triangles. And I want you to label them. Okay. And so we did right here. Are they labeled on in your notes? Absolutely. And so if you notice, from base to base is your what? Is your height. So what represents our height? What dimension is that? 5 centimeters. Good job. Great job. Okay, so do we include in lateral surface area our bases? No. So I want you to label them, and they already are. And you may also want to put a big X that we are not going to include you in our lateral surface area. Okay? So if you think of a, like a soup can, you know, that's the lateral surface area. That paper goes around it. Okay? It's a cylinder. Okay? But your bases are not getting covered, right? Okay, so that's what's happening here. So let's find the area of each shape. So if this is 5, we have 5 times 4.2 is, you got it. So if this is 21, what is this one? You got it. Okay. What is this measurement? What is this measurement? 2.9. You see that right there? So that's 2.9 times 5 is, you got it, 14 and a half. If this is 14 and a half, this is also, you got it. Add them all together, and your lateral surface area is what? In centimeters squared, please include units. You got it, 71 centimeters squared. Are we good? All right, let's continue. All right, a triangular prism follows the same process. However, it has 2, what shape is the base? You got it. That's 2 triangular bases. 2 triangle bases. Should be triangular. All right, so we're going to determine the area of the 2 figures below. What's the area of this rectangle? You got it. 84 what? You got it. All right, what about our triangle? Our base is 12. Our height is what? 7. You got it. You got it. 42 what? Good. Okay. What is different about the 2 shapes and their areas? Good. The triangle is half of here. Do you notice the base and the height are the same, right? Except for a triangle, you have to remember to divide by 2. Please write, every time there's a triangle, please write the formula. There's a high percentage of students that do not write the formula. They do not divide by 2. I don't know why. When you don't see it, you don't do it. It's like not there. I don't know why. Okay? Please do that. Alrighty. We are going to shade the base of each figure. Okay? We're also going to label the height. And this is a reminder that the height connects your bases. Okay? The first shape here, they're all what shape? They're all triangular prisms. So when we shade the base, you can either shade in the base or you can write the letter, a capital B for base. Okay? So, I see a triangle, so this is our base. And opposite is also the base. Very good. So where's the height? Yeah, it connects right here, right? That's your height. Notice your height. That's the height of your entire prism. Okay? Okay, let's look at the next one. They're all triangular pyramids, so we're looking for triangles as our base to shade in or label with B. And how do we label the height? Yeah. The height connects your two bases. That lets you see the height of the entire prism. And then we have a net here. And we see that it's a triangular prism, okay? The two triangles are opposite from each other, right? So here's our base. What connects our bases? The height of your prism. So that is your height. Are we good? All right, so that should be very helpful. Let's continue with surface area. Okay, we are going to determine the surface area of the net. Okay, it's saying that the triangle is equilateral. What does that mean? What's an equilateral triangle?
All sides are equal.
All sides are equal. They are congruent. Okay, so what does this represent? The height. 4 inches represents the height, right? Okay, what is our base?
4 inches.
What is the base of our prism? What shape is it? What shape is our base? The triangle. Go ahead and label, or you can shade it, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and find the area of our base. It's a triangle. You are going to write the formula. Base times height divided by 2. What is the base of our triangle? What is that measurement? Is it? 6. How do you know it's 6?
What are the other ones?
Yeah, these 3 lines wrap around here, right? And we know that they are equilateral, right? So your base is 6. What is the height of our triangle?
4.
Absolutely. Good. Are we good with that so far? All right. What is the height of our prism? 8.5. Notice that it connects base to base. So what is 8.5 times 6?
It's keyboard.
You got it. And they're all equilateral, right? Okay. So find total surface area. It's the sum of all your bases. So 51 plus 51 plus 51 plus 12 plus 12 gives us a total surface area of 177 inches squared. Please include square units. Questions? Clarify anything? Okay, so with your table, I want you to determine the surface area of this one right here, okay? If you need to draw a net, you're more than welcome to. Okay, a triangular prism's net is going to look like this one right here, okay? If you want to copy that one, that's fine. Okay, if you don't need the net, again, that's fine too. Are we good? So give you a few minutes and then we'll see how you did. Okay. So what I see is that we want the lateral surface area. What does that tell me? What about the base? Do not include the base. And what shape is our base?
Triangle.
A triangle, because it's a triangular prism. So we don't want to include this base or the other one, right? So we do want to include this side, the other side, and then that bottom right there. And what I notice all the way around is what? Each side is 4 feet, right? It's another equilateral, right? And then what is, this is the height because it connects our 2 bases. So each side we're going to do 7 times 4 gives us 28. How many lateral faces are there?
3.
There's 3 lateral faces. So 28 times 3 is, you got it. Good. And then feet, sorry, squared, not a feet. Are we good with that? All right, so there are 2 problems right below it that I want you to work. Number 3 and 4. If you go back a page, there's also 2 more prisms. Okay, I'm going to give you about 5 minutes and I'll see where you're at and then we'll check. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and complete these 2 remaining problems and then go back and complete the other 2 remaining problems. Are we good? All right, go for it. All right, so our first one, the chocolate triangular prism, 137 8/10 centimeters squared. How are we with that? Do we need to go over it? Okay, let's do it. All right, so if we look at our bases, they're what shape? Triangles, right? Okay, so we have base times height, right? So did you write your formula? You substituted 3 and 22 for the 2.2 for the height, right? And you get 6.6 when you divide by 2, right? You get 3.3, but there are 2. Did you really need to divide by 2? There's 2. Okay, so 6.6 represents both bases. Are we good with that? Are we good? Okay. What do we notice about this? Are the sides the same all the way around? Yes, they are. I think you were to assume that. So we have 12, we have 16 times what? 2.6, right? Which is, because that's the side length of your base. Are you good now? Are we good with that? Okay, so only this side and the other side are 2.6, right? So there's only 2 faces, right? Are we good with that? Now, the bottom where it says 3, you're going to have to do 3 times 16. That gives you the bottom of what the chocolate bar is sitting on. So 16 times 3 is what? 48. So we add 48 plus 83 and 2/10 plus 6 and 6/10 gives us our total surface area of the candy bar.
Where did we get 83?
Where do we get what?
Where did we get 83?
Because there's 2 faces with 16. This one is 16. This one is 16 times 2.6 times 2.6. Those 2 rectangles on both sides. Are we good with that? Okay. All right, what about the bottom one? 84 inches squared. Do we need to go over that one?
Yeah. I didn't understand about the base and the measurement for just
Okay, a carpenter's building a unique jewelry box in the shape of a right triangular prism. Okay, so I drew the net and made sure that they had right triangles. Okay, the base has measurements of 4 inches, 3 inches, and 5 inches. How much will it take to complete the project if it is 6 inches tall? So this connects our base, right? It's 6 inches tall, so that's your height. We're good with that. Okay, so how do we know the 3 and the 4, right? So this is a 3, 4, and that's a 5, right? Because that's got to be your hypotenuse. It goes back to kind of Pythagorean theorem, right? So this is 3 times 6 is 18, right? And if this is 4, this is 6 times 4 is, okay? And then this 5 folds here, so that's also 5. So 5 times your height of 6 is 30. Are we good with that?
Yeah.
So we have our lateral surface area is there, but we want total. Okay, so your triangle is our bases, right? Base times height divided by 2. Our base is 3 and our height is 4. On the right triangle, that's your base and your height. So 3 times 4 divided by 2, right? Is going to give us 6. And then there are 2 bases, right? Which is 12. Okay? And then so this is 12 for your 2 bases, plus 24, plus 18, plus 30 is going to give us 84 inches squared. That was challenging, right? All right, let's go back. Is it not included? I guess it isn't included in the SMART. All right. Well, let's include it right underneath. All right, so you had a Rubik's Cube, right, on the second page, number 3. Okay, so number 3, the Rubik's Cube, you should have got 96 inches squared. Are we good with that? Because it's a one face is 4 by 4, which is 16. How many faces are there? 6. We're good with that. 16 times 6, 96. Number 4, it was just a rectangular prism, and they just wanted the total surface area. You get 124 inches squared. Are we good with that? Questions on either of those 2? All right, so what is your homework?
Nothing. A back at the back.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Getting there. Okay, well, it says worksheet. So it is the last, almost the second to last page. There's a front and there's a back. So there's a total of 10 problems. Okay? Are we good? Okay, and then, of course, the last page is blank if you need more space to show your